You know what's interesting? The real wealth, the kind that creates options, time, and peace, doesn't always look like luxury cars or designer bags. In fact, the richest people I've met are rarely the loudest in the room. They're quietly building wealth while the world is busy chasing appearances. So today, we're unpacking the 7 habits of quietly rich people, the ones who play the long game, build real assets, and quietly walk into financial freedom. So be sure to stay with me until the end. Let's get into it. Habit 1. They know their freedom number. Rich people don't just chase more money, they chase the right amount of money with purpose. That starts with a freedom number. This is the amount of money you need saved or coming in monthly to live life on your terms without depending on a 9 to 5. Quietly rich people know this number. Why? Because when you know it, you stop playing the endless game of more and start building toward a purposeful number to live your life by your design. Here's a quick breakdown. Calculate your monthly essentials such as rent, food, insurance, utilities. Add lifestyle expenses you truly value, not what Instagram says you need. Multiply by 12 for your annual freedom number. Rich people reverse engineer their income streams to hit that number consistently as their baseline. Habit 2. They automate wealth. Quietly rich people don't rely on willpower to build wealth. They rely on systems. They automate their investments, savings, debt payoffs, and business revenue distribution. They set up rules like every dollar I earn gets divided, 50% to living, 20% to investing, 10% to business growth, 10% to joy, 10% to savings. It removes emotion from money and turns wealth into a default outcome. They don't check the stock market daily. They automate, stay consistent, and play the long game. Habit 3. They play the boring game consistently. Get rich quick, that's not in their world. Quietly, rich people understand that boring is sexy when it comes to money. They're not chasing crypto hype one day and AI stocks the next. They're consistently investing in index funds, building one income stream until it's stable, avoiding lifestyle creep, and repeating the same habits daily. Wealth isn't built in one dramatic moment. It's built in 1,000 small, unsexy decisions repeated over time. They do what works, not what trends. Habit 4. They own more than they owe. One quiet trait of the wealthy. They focus on ownership. They own assets like businesses, intellectual property, real estate, and investments. They don't define success by income alone, because a $200,000 salary with no assets equals fragile wealth. And while others upgrade to the latest car, they're asking, does this purchase move me closer to ownership or just temporary status? They understand that ownership builds equity and equity builds freedom. Habit 5. They protect their time. Ruthlessly. Rich people don't just value money, they value time even more. They outsource low-impact tasks. They buy back their time. And more importantly, they say no a lot, because they understand that if you don't design your time, someone else will. They're not overscheduling, overcommitting, or addicted to hustle culture. They're focused on high-leverage actions that create freedom, not busyness. Think. Deep work blocks, minimal meetings, time spent on learning, building, and thinking. Quiet wealth respects silence and stillness. Habit 6. They separate work from worth. Quietly, rich people don't tie their identity to their job title. They know they're more than their salary. This mindset shift frees them to build outside of work, without guilt or fear. They say, I may work a 9 to 5, but I don't depend on it forever. So they build a side hustle, a brand, a content stream, a course, a freelance income. Their job becomes a tool, not a trap. This is how they break out of financial dependency and build personal power. Habit 7. They talk less, observe more. Here's the one no one talks about. Quietly rich people don't announce every move. They let curiosity, not comparison, guide them. They're always observing market trends, consumer behavior, business models that scale, what's working, without the noise. While others are showing off the illusion of success, they're studying what actually works and quietly applying it. They believe you don't need to look rich to be rich, because real wealth isn't loud, it's secure. The truth is, the habits of the quietly rich aren't flashy. They're simple, intentional, and powerful, and they're available to you right now. You don't need millions to get started. You just need a shift in priorities and the willingness to act consistently. So here's your challenge. Pick one of these 7 habits and commit to it for 30 days, and let me know in the comments which one you are committing to. Because your freedom doesn't start with more income, it starts with better habits.
Be sure to subscribe for weekly videos that help you design a life of freedom, wealth, and purpose on your terms. And if you're still watching, you're in the top 1%, not just because you stayed until the end, but because you care about building the kind of wealth that's real. Remember, quiet wealth isn't about hiding. It's about choosing purpose over performative success. It's about building something real, intentional, and sustainable. The kind of wealth that lasts and speaks for itself. You can start that journey today, and I'm right here with you along the way. See you in the next one.